I mean, do I get to go hunting or do I have to go to Joanne's?
Joanne's doesn't exist anymore.
That honestly makes it worse.
Hi there, and welcome back to Persistent Horrors, the show where we distract ourselves from the very real horrors of the world by info dumping about the not so real horrors. I'm Arlo, joined by my esteemed co host.
Monday. Hi.
Hi, Monday. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. I'm ready to get started with the podcast. I'm very excited for today's episode. I did maybe too much research, but it was a very fun session experience. One of those words. I had a good time doing the research. I feel like I learned a lot. Kind of dug through some memories that I thought I had about this creature, and kind of explored some different facets of Appalachian culture. So today we are going to explore a cryptid found all throughout the Appalachian Mountains. Originally said to frequent the Blue Ridge Parkway, a national parkway stretching through North Carolina and Virginia. However, there are also different sources reporting primary sightings in Tennessee and singly Virginia. So there's lots of different sources, lots of conflicting sources about this creature. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce it. Today we are talking about the knot deer, a very controversial cryptid that hit the internet in 2019-2020, and kind of exploded from there, both good and bad interpretations. So I'm going to first start by asking you what you know about this creature.
Not much. I know that on the internet, the interwebs, especially on TikTok, it is often conflated with the creatures that shall not be named. But I am also aware that it is not the same thing as those bastards.
Yes, we will be diving into that a little later. They are not the same thing. Do not think they are the same thing. There are... I have thoughts, and we will get into that. So
the
let's
the creatures that shall not be named, by the way, for those uninitiated, the creature commonly called the flesh pedestrian, and the creature commonly called the windy no-no. Those are not their true names. Their true names are... You're not really supposed to say them, and also it's a protected practice by various Native American groups. I'm not sure the specifics on that, but you're not supposed to talk about them.
Yes. The Wendy No-Nos are an Algonquin-speaking story, so covering the Ojibwe, Algonquin, Blackfoot, and more tribes, covering North America, so Canada, Maine, the Northeast Coast, and the Midwest. And the flesh pedestrians are Navajo, which covers the Southwest, Arizona, Mexico, Utah, Colorado. But as I said, we'll get into that later. More details about those stories and why this is not them.
Yeah. Cool. I'm excited.
So, yeah, I am too. This is a very interesting creature. It has a storied history, even though its life in the public eye has been very short-lived. It's a very young story while also being a very old story.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that and kind of get into it. So the knot deer are all described a little differently based on who the storyteller is. Most often depicted with too many, too few, or misaligned joints, forward-facing eyes, walking on their hind legs, or having normal hind legs while having human-esque arms and hands in place of their forelegs. So, like, imagine if a deer had normal hoofs in the... Hoofs or hooves?
Hooves.
Hooves. Normal hooves in the back, and then human hands in the front.
Human hands in the front, hooves in the back.
Yep. Imagine seeing that in the middle of the night. Like, anyone would be
Fucker
freaked out by
from
that.
Adventure Time.
Yeah, just taking off its
creepy ass
hooves.
deer.
Yeah, it is said that
Fucking hate him.
deer is based on it. That character is based on a knot deer.
Oh, sick.
So if you've, I think the Cryptid Wiki said that.
Okay, so, like, really cool if true. However, the Cryptid Wiki might be the single most unreliable source I have ever seen.
Yeah, don't worry. I have more sources than just the Cryptid Wiki.
Okay, awesome.
Trust me.
I see on your notes the little superscript numbers.
Yeah.
I am very disappointed that they do not, when I click on them, they don't take me down to the source. However,
that's because the source is on a different document.
You can hyperlink documents.
Yes, but I'm lazy.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Like, it was enough for me to control period, type a number. Other common descriptions are just having proportions that just feel off, such as legs that are too long, necks that are too thick, and having jerky movement. And other descriptions, there is an old description of a knot deer, of what is believed to be a knot deer, that describe it as a cross between a deer and a wolf, with very thin deer-like legs, but huge paw pads as a wolf, like huge wolf-like paws, with long hair, pointy ears, and a bushy tail.
Interesting.
And that was from the 1950s. And it really stood out to me because, one, it's a very old description, and two, it's not one that I've seen retold anywhere else.
Yeah, like, I didn't even realize that accounts of the knot deer had gone back that far.
Yeah, like I said, this is a very young and very old story simultaneously. Yeah, and more recent accounts of the knot deer also describe it having reflective eyes even on overcast days, and pupils that are too small. So not all of these descriptions are true at the same time. Knot deer can have some of these features and not others. It's very varied. So every knot deer is different, and can be chalked up to different stories are told about them. But even
So I would like to say it does seem like deer normally have reflective eyes.
yes, but this story, the source specifically mentioned like it being overcast. So there wasn't a lot of light for it to be reflecting. And
Okay.
usually animals' eyes only reflect in the dark. Like if you have ever seen a cat at night, or like you use flash on a camera, that's when your eyes reflect.
Yeah.
It's not just in normal daylight. Like I can look at our interns and their eyes are normal. They're not reflecting at all.
That's fair. I would like to nitpick and say that if you can see their eyes, they are reflecting, but I get what you mean.
I mean, technically everything you see is a reflection of light.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. But they're not like a flash of one color.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deer don't normally have anime glasses as eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Good
would
to know.
be another silly gift to find is a deer pushing up glasses and it giving the anime eye flash.
I will see what I can find.
That would be very goofy. Aside from looking weird, witnesses of the not deer, also report that their behavior is also very unsettling. They are unafraid of humans, very intelligent, reported to walk on their hind legs, and also make noises that sound like a human screaming. And they also just fill the witness with just a sinking feeling of dread. That is a common report of seeing the not deer is that sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach. The feeling that something is very wrong and you should just run away as fast as you can.
Yeah, I gave that feeling to all of my exes.
Lucky for you, I have anxiety and there is a constant pit in my stomach and I don't know the cause.
Radical. It's probably me.
It's also probably the coffee.
Yeah, didn't you say you have a teapot full of coffee right now?
Yes, and I'm pouring the last cup out of it.
Horrifying. You said that like an hour ago.
Yeah, I didn't sleep last night much. I think I went to bed at like 1 or 2 a.m. and woke up at 6:30. In my defense, this is only 5 cups of coffee and not the usual 12-cup pot. That's not any better.
That's not defendable, actually.
Yeah, I've consumed almost 24 ounces, or 25 ounces of coffee in the last hour.
Your defense was just like holding up a single sheet of tissue paper.
Yeah. My defense was a gold coin trying to stop a bullet.
I mean, I feel like if you've got a thick enough gold coin.
I mean, apparently, according to Hollywood, it works.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thick enough coin, slow enough bullet.
Bullets aren't known to be slow, though.
Yeah, but if you had a slow enough one, it would just bounce off of a gold coin.
Gold is incredibly soft as a metal. Like, gold is is not a great metal. It's just shiny, which is why people like it.
Yeah, I know. I played Minecraft.
Yeah. Like, give me steel over gold any day for practicality purposes. What is steel made out of?
I believe it's iron and copper?
Carbon.
Iron and carbon?
Carbon steel composed of. What's not AI generated? Iron and carbon containing less than 2% carbon and 1% manganese, and a small amount of silicone, phosphorus, sulfur, and oxygen. So that is according to worldsteel.org. So if I'm wrong, take it up with them.
I believe any website that has a .org in the title.
Unequivocally trust .orgs and .govs. Don't trust anything a .com says to you ever.
I'm going to make
lying.
sure that our website has a insin.org specifically so that everyone trusts us. Don't trust a single thing that comes out of either of our mouths.
Yeah, we are dumbasses who just like exploring the internet.
I am laying in bed right now.
I at least have 2 monitors. I'm a little trustworthy. I gave you a source that wasn't the Google AI overview, therefore I should be trusted.
I am dangling my microphone over my face by one finger while playing Pokemon trading card, the mobile app, whatever it's called, with my other hand.
Pokemon Go?
No, there's a... Hold on. Pokemon TCG Pocket.
Iconic. Monday is sitting on her stomach, kicking her feet in the air like it's a sleepover.
Okay, but I was doing that earlier.
You ever just giggle and kick your feet for the not dear?
I kept kicking my bed, and it would vibrate my microphone, and so I had to stop.
Iconic. So now that we know a little bit about the not deer and how they are described, I'm going to tell one of the most popular stories of the not deer. This was posted by Tumblr user Will O the Witch in 2019. And stop me if you've heard this one before. Anyone who spends a decent amount of time in Appalachia knows the not deer. If you've gone on the Blue Ridge Parkway at night, you've probably seen him. Now, keep in mind, if you don't live in an area with a lot of deer are freaky bastards on their own. They are really big, extremely agile, move surprisingly quickly, and are extremely durable. It's not unheard of for someone to hit a deer and total their car. Once I heard the story of a man who hit a deer on accident, decided to take it home and at least get some good meat out of the bad situation. On the drive home, the deer woke up and absolutely shredded the inside of the man's trunk. They are very cute, but you definitely don't want to mess with one. Just keep that relationship in the back of your mind. Anyway, the not deer is more or less what I like to call a folk cryptid. Everybody has their story about it. They're all somewhat similar. You're in a car at night, in a rural, heavily wooded area, and probably a bit lost. It's not wildly uncommon to see an opossum crossing the road. See blips of little animals in your headlights. You see a deer. So you/your friends go, "Oh, deer," and slow down in case it leaps in front of you. Then you see it more clearly. There's something wrong about it. There's something about its eyes. You feel your stomach get heavy like a rock. The hair on the back of your neck raises. You sense intelligence that you shouldn't. It doesn't move like a deer. It moves like, oh God, what is that thing? Whatever it is, it's not a deer, and we should leave. you hit the gas and get the hell out of there. A group of my friends got lost on the parkway once and re-emerged with a chilling story. They weren't the kind of folks to lie or over-exaggerate. Among other freaky stuff that happened, the driver claimed she saw a deer in the road. And then she noticed the deer was on 2 legs.
Horrifying.
So this, yeah, terrifying.
Terrifying.
This story hit the internet in 2019. Okay, go on, Monday.
I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I literally have chills just reading that story.
Yeah.
And I read it a couple times before, in preparation for this podcast.
You read it like Cecil Palmer reads stories. You read it the same way that Cecil Baldwin read the script for the episode about you.
Yeah.
You had the exact same intonations, the same pauses.
I get my storytelling intonations, habits.
Yeah.
From
style.
Yeah, I get my storytelling style from listening to a lot of audiobooks and a lot of narrative podcasts.
Yeah.
Which is my 2 favorite activities. Listening to audiobooks and narrative podcasts.
Mood. Love listening.
Yeah. I get to do stuff with my hands while I listen, so I don't feel like a bum. Also, I just get distracted if I'm just sitting there looking at a paper and hallucinating.
That's so relatable. We both have ADHD.
We really do. Alright. So, that story hit the internet in 2019. And honestly, I will admit, I was surprised to learn it was so recent. Like, I thought that story was at least 10 years old. I remember seeing the Tumblr posts I remember seeing it reposted across the internet. Like, I feel like I saw it on Pinterest when I was in middle school.
Yeah, I have never seen this story before. This is my first time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
I just kind of... I thought that, like, Not Deer dated back to, like, the, or, like, stories like this, went back to, like, the Slenderman days. Didn't expect it to be 2019.
I agree! Like, it feels very Slenderman creepypasta era.
Yeah. Not 2019 BC. You good? Okay.
Okay, I accidentally hit my spacebar and stopped my recording. So I stopped recording after, thankfully I think it was at the end of a sentence. It was when I said creepypasta era.
Interesting.
And I don't think I said anything after that.
I don't think you did
until
either.
You started speaking. Okay, I'm sorry for editing Monday. I fucked up.
Yeah, if it makes you feel better, editing
I stopped
Monday,
my recording a couple times.
Editing Monday does not know what she's doing, so you can't mess anything up if I don't know what was supposed to be there.
Hell yeah.
Nothing is wrong if I don't know what's normal.
That's so true.
Like, imagine if you saw a deer on 2 legs and you had never seen a deer before. You'd just be like, yeah, that's just a guy.
That is actually one of the theories for what the not deer is.
Is it that deer just kind of walk on their back
suspect-
legs sometimes?
Yes, they do!
Yeah, they do.
Sorry, I just peeked the mic. Yes, they do!
Yeah, no, I've seen them do it.
Deer are, like... Yeah, like the story said, deer are just freaky bastards.
Oh, they are...
And they will stand on their hind legs to get food. They don't usually walk that way, but they do have the ability to, like, meerkat.
I have watched a deer take, like, 3 steps on its hind legs. Not trying to get food or anything, it just did it. Like, it meerkatted...
You saw a not deer.
No, it didn't. It meerkatted, and then it took a couple steps.
Yeah.
And I know it wasn't a not deer because its eyes were reflective. And it was not overcast.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, like, not all of the descriptions have to apply to every single, every single experience.
That's fair.
I think I feel like what quantifies a not deer is, like, it just is mostly, like, the vibes, like, the sinking feeling of dread.
A not deer is when a deer does not pass the vibe check.
Yeah. The vibes are off. It's not a deer. It's not deer vibes.
Yeah. Like, it's not a deer.
Yeah.
But it's not a deer.
It's not a deer. But yeah, in that vein, like, yeah, one of the theories for what not deer are is just a normal deer, and people don't know what deer are supposed to look like.
Yeah. It's the city boys coming in,
like,
seeing deer for the first time in person.
Yeah. Them city slickers don't know what a deer look like.
Yeah. They've never had to clean deer off of the hood of their car.
Yeah.
Which is something we've all had to do.
My sister. I don't think I helped clean it, but I definitely saw my sister-in-law's car with deer hair in the front of it.
I've had to clean
that was a fun Thanksgiving.
more than deer hair off of the fender of a car.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Thankfully, my Texas family is sexist, and I didn't have to go hunting.
Oh, hell yeah.
I just went to the ice museum with my grandma.
See, my family
and
is
made
sexist.
pajama pants.
You made pajama pants?
Yeah, we got a pajama pant pattern from, I guess, Joann's or Michael's or wherever. And my grandma's sister and I made pajama pants.
That's
one
really cool.
winter while the guys were out hunting.
I love that.
Yeah.
Can I go hunting with your dad?
You'd have to go hunting with my grandfather, all my dad's brothers, and male cousins.
I mean, do I get to go hunting, or do I have to go to Joann's?
Joann's doesn't exist anymore.
That honestly makes it worse.
Joann's stopped existing.
I've been to a Joann's
very recently.
Wait, how recently? When did we lose Joann's?
I mean, like, less than a year ago.
Oh my god.
Yeah, did you not know about this?
No, I went to, like, one of the last Joann's then.
Yeah.
Because I went, like, last year.
I tried to go... I tried to follow a link to Joann's.com, and it just sent me to Michael's.
Oh my god.
It didn't even send me to the same product, it was just the Michael's homepage.
That's so funny.
Yeah, and, like, I'm terrified for a very pretty color of yarn, because it was created by, like, the Joann's home brand, Yarnspirations.
Oh my god. Wait, I have to tell you something hilarious that I have just seen.
Okay. Good news, Yarnspirations still exists.
Rad. I googled Joann's. The second link that came up is a link, and Google is showing me what the website URL is. It is michaels.com.
Yeah.
But the blue text says, "Welcome Joanne shoppers."
Okay. Maybe. Okay, there's 83 pages of Bernat cotton.
Oh my
This
god.
is not helpful, actually.
I thought you were talking about your notes, that there were 83 pages.
Oh god.
I was
no.
like, what do you
I don't
mean
have
I'm
that much
looking
of an
at them?
span. Yarn. There's 83 pages of cotton yarn
Hey babe,
on the Yarnspirations website. Yeah. Get back on topic.
you want to talk about the not deer? Instead of not Joanne's?
Hi, I have ADHD. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, other theories of what not deer are is the Sika / Japanese deer.
I love those.
Which is they're a really neat type of deer, but they're not the whitetail deer that are common to Appalachia. And they have a barrel chest, which is another feature common to descriptions of the knot deer. And also with the way that their faces are shaped, it does look like they have forward-facing eyes.
Terrifying.
Yeah. So that is one possibility, is like some Sika deer have made their way into the Appalachian Mountains, and that's what people are seeing. However, there are some sadder theories about what the knot deer is, and this could be more realistic.
Have you mentioned the significance of the forward-facing eyes?
No,
like
I have not.
why does the Sika deer seemingly having forward-facing eyes mean that it could be a not deer? What's going on there?
Yeah. So if you've seen a deer, you probably notice like they have their eyes are on the side of their faces, which is typically representative of a prey animal, as they need to be more aware of their surroundings. However, animals with forward-facing eyes are predatory animals. So, like, if you look at a cat, a dog, bears, wolves, they all have forward-facing eyes so they can hunt better.
Okay.
So a deer with forward-facing eyes would seemingly indicate that it is a predatory creature instead of a prey creature like normal deer are.
So that's like the
so
famous Oblivion Elder Scrolls video game horse looking at you dead on.
Yes.
Instead of from the side.
Yeah. And you can even look up pictures of deer looking at you head on, and it just looks weird. Like, even if if it is a deer, any prey creature looking at you head on, it just feels funky. Like, they shouldn't be doing that.
I'm Googling it right now, and you are so right. That fucker needs to stop what he's doing.
Yeah, because, like, with the way their heads are shaped, a deer looking at you head on could look like it has forward-facing eyes, like any sort of deer.
Oh, yeah.
However, it should not be looking at you head on.
Yeah.
It should be looking at you sideways.
I think that's kind of what that means. Like, forward-facing eyes versus non-forward-facing eyes. Like, it's not so much the eyes actively don't face forward, it's just that they're not supposed to.
Yeah. One sec.
Okay. What are you sending me? Oh, the Skyrim horse.
So these photos will be posted to our Instagram and other social media pages. For reference, as this is an audio medium, And I have beef with podcasts that rely on visual cues without providing them. Especially if said visual backup is behind a paywall.
I agree.
I will fight you. If I need something to understand what is going on in your audio-only medium, that should be easily accessible. The visual should be easily accessible and not behind a paywall.
I sent another reference image.
It is Joanne's.
It is.
I love
Rip Joanne.
love and miss you, babe.
Good night, sweet prince. S.
Yeah. Shout out Joanne, my beloved.
Yeah. Rip.
Rip. Yeah.
Joanne's didn't make it home
But
from the war.
Yeah.
I just realized I keep calling it Joanne's. I'm sorry.
It's Joanne's Fabric and Crafts.
Yeah. No, it's just Joanne Fabric and Crafts.
I hate that.
Yeah. Getting Mandela affected.
No, it's Joanne's. Yeah. Damn, they took the S before anything else.
I know. Well, that's why they went under. They couldn't afford things. They sold off the S at first. Then the apostrophe, and then they had to sell off the stores.
Yeah, so they didn't make enough off the apostrophe S.
Yeah. What the fuck are we talking about?
Anyway, not deer. Apparently the not deer. So I will first provide a content warning probably for the next 3 to 5 minutes for animal illness and death.
Damn.
Two of the sadder more realistic reasons for not deer sightings are chronic wasting disease and epizoonotic hemorrhagic disease. So chronic wasting disease is the most common explanation, quote unquote, that people like to throw around. It is a neurological illness similar to mad cow disease that causes deer to act disoriented and not like themselves. This can result in the obscure behavior that people experience and could also be the cause for that sinking feeling. Like, even if you know what a deer is supposed to look like, if it's not acting or looking like itself, you kind of just feel unsettled.
Yeah.
However, people who have experienced both a not deer and a deer with CWD do report that it is a different experience. However, if you have not experienced a deer with CWD, it could be easily mistaken for a not deer.
Yeah.
And PSA, if you do see a not deer, and you think, and it could in any way possibly be a deer with chronic wasting disease, look up your DNR, Department of Natural Resources. Yeah, look up your Department of Natural Resources for your state or area, and figure out how to report the deer so that scientists and wildlife experts can track the exposure of it. You can also just look up report deer chronic wasting disease, and it should be one of the first links on Google. It's different in every state, so I won't give you exact links. But there are ways to report this disease for wildlife experts to keep track of and monitor as it is spreading throughout deer populations in the Appalachian Mountains and across the United States.
Good to know.
Yeah. There is also another lesser talked about theory of it being an epizoonotic hemorrhagic disease, which in white-tailed deer can present as a swollen head, neck, tongue, and eyelids, which will definitely make the deer look very off-putting, have unsettling proportions, and just look not like itself. It can also cause hoof abnormalities, as, like, it's like your fingernails falling off, basically. It's not fun.
Don't like that.
It doesn't look pretty. Yeah. I have more notes, but they're very unsettling, and I don't.
Yeah, I'm reading them right
to
now.
say more.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'll spare y'all. I'll spare the listeners.
Yeah, thank you. Or they can thank us.
However,
I'm not thanking you because I did have to read them.
Yeah, sorry, bestie.
Yeah.
However, the illnesses do not explain the eerie intelligence and unnatural sounds reported by witnesses when they see the not deer. So this can explain some sightings, but not all of them.
Interesting.
But also just be careful of wildlife, especially wildlife that doesn't look like it should.
Definitely.
It could be a cryptid trying to eat you, or it could just be a sick animal that needs to be taken care of, and also don't get too close because you might get sick as well.
Yeah, like I believe in World War Z, it's like a gazelle that starts out the entire zombie plague. Don't fuck around with sick animals, basically.
Yeah, definitely. Outbreak.
I'm not fact-checking myself on the World War Z thing because that movie is bad.
I read like the first. I think I like brought the book on a cruise, but didn't actually read it.
Oh, the book fucks. And the guy who wrote the book also wrote a Minecraft novel that is from the perspective of someone who has no idea what Minecraft is and gets sent into the Minecraft world.
That's so good.
No, it's kind of awesome. I think it's called The Island.
Although the first appearance of the virus in patient 0 of the global outbreak was in China, the first recorded case was from South Africa. No isolated sample. Virus. Different explanation stories. Government conspiracy.
Are you reading World War Z lore right now?
Yes.
Oh, you're fact-checking me.
Yes, I am.
Okay, valid.
The wiki does not state the the species of patient 0.
Okay.
Just that there was a patient 0 in China.
Interesting.
But first recorded cases come from South Africa.
Okay. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
There is no isolated sample of the Solanium virus has ever been recorded in nature.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Despite extensive research, No samples have ever been found in any animal or plant specimen.
Oh, that's like the zombie virus?
Yeah.
They called it the Solanium?
So the zombie virus... Solanum.
Oh.
Solanum?
Yeah.
Solanum?
Interesting.
Solanum?
Solanum?
Yeah. So fact check. The Solanum virus, the cause of World War Z, was not found in any animal or plant specimens.
Damn.
In the books.
I'm getting community notes right now about World War Z lore.
Fact-checking live.
Fact-checking live. Thank you, Brian David Gilbert.
Yeah. I have a mini Brian David Gilbert on my shoulder who Googles everything.
Yeah, instead of an angel and a devil, you have me, who's telling you to spread misinformation, and then you have Brian David Gilbert, who's telling you not to.
Yeah. I'm gonna listen to Brian David Gilbert about everything.
Damn. You don't want to.
Sonic is God.
You don't want to spread some misinformation on the 2015 Brad Pitt film World War Z. Did it come out in 2015? Sorry. His name is Jerry in that movie.
Gross. No, but I will let you spread misinformation about the 2006 book World War Z.
Ooh. Okay. So did you know that the 2006 book World War Z, An Oral History of the Zombie War by Max Brooks, chronicles the story of a United Nations effort to stop a zombie plague, and it also includes a cameo from Marvin the Martian. I'm reading that on the Wikipedia page right now.
I told you that you could spread misinformation, so fair warning, listeners. That could be wrong.
Yeah. One fact in that sentence is right.
Also, I'm not sure what Monday said was the title of Max Brooks's Minecraft book is, but it is Minecraft the Island.
That is what I said it was. I would never spread misinformation about Minecraft book.
Okay, that's not by Max Brooks. Baby.
The book is actually sick as fuck, I think. You were saying about our intern?
One of our interns is coming over to say hi.
Oh my gosh.
She is
Interview
sitting next
her.
to my... She is...
Give her the mic.
Aphrodite, what do you have to say about the knot deer? What are your experiences with it? Fascinating. Off to you, Hera. I feel so enlightened right now.
I just love hearing their experiences.
Yeah. Like, they are so enlightened.
Yeah.
And clever. Like, oh my word.
Honestly, like,
I am...
Do you even have anything to add to this episode that isn't covered by what they said?
No, I think we can stop there.
Damn.
Peace out. This has been Persistent Horrors. Stay creepy.
I'm gonna need you to explain to me what Headspace Hotel means.
That is, That was the username of the person who proposed that. It was either on Reddit or Tumblr.
I was real confused.
Yeah. All of my wires are now mixed up from interviewing the cats.
Oh.
Okay. That's a little bit better. Okay. So, now that we have heard from our esteemed, well-paid, well-cared-for interns, let's talk about what not deer are not. First off, they are not deer.
Yeah.
Second off, they are not windy no-nos.
Yes.
And third off, they are not flesh pedestrians or S-walkers.
SWs, if you will. Not
SWs.
deer are not sex workers. You will not find not deer on OnlyFans.
However, there are reports of not deer furry fan art and monster fucking pages.
Hold on. I gotta open up an incognito tab. Not deer furry.
So...
Oh my god, that's like incredibly well drawn.
Wait 1 sec.
Oh, that's porn.
I also have to open up... Not deer fury.
Not deer fury. It's like gorgeous. Hold on, I'm sharing a link to not deer furry fan art.
These artists are talented.
Furry artists are the single greatest artists to ever pick up a pencil or a drawing tablet.
Yeah.
Leonardo da Vinci, who?
That is so cool.
Right? Okay.
Damn.
Back before we got sidetracked by furries.
Yes, actually important information.
Go from furries
not
to
deer
talking
are
about
not...
Native American cultural appropriation.
Yeah. So not deer are not any sort of Native American creature. The most popular... The words that are thrown around most are the windy no-nos, but people actually say the word, and S-walkers.
But people actually say the word.
Which are even less likely.
Yep.
Yep, but people actually say the word. So, windy no-nos are, do populate, the culture. They do... Windy no-nos are an Algonquin story. So they cover a lot of eastern Canada, Maine, the North Coast, and even down through what is now North Carolina. So they do populate the same area as the not deer. Mm-hmm. However, fun fact, windy no-nos don't have antlers.
Yep.
They don't have antlers.
They're not deer.
That was added. Yeah. The antlers were popularized by Algernon Blackwood in his short story named after the creature. That story, and the person himself, is racist.
Yeah, sorry to all the Algernons out there, but holy shit, that name just sounds racist. His parents knew he was going to join the clan.
I think he was British.
Does England have a clan?
American.
Is there a clan equivalent in England?
I don't want that in my search history.
Yeah, right. I gotta open up an incognito tab. I don't actually know how to open up an incognito tab on... I found it. Never mind. It's British
Control-Shift-P.
KKK equivalent.
Yeah, this man was born in Shooters Hill.
They had their own...
And died in Beacon.
The KKK just, like, did cross over into England.
Horrifying.
So, like, yeah, no. Man's parents straight up knew he was going to join the KKK.
His mom has 5 names. She's racist.
I don't think you could say that.
Harriet Sidney Dobbs Montague Blackwood.
Okay, yeah, no, you can say that. I take back what I said. Her name is Montague.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a Shakespeare character, right?
Romeo.
No, that's one of the houses in, yeah.
Romeo's a Montague, yeah. It's also,
yeah.
one of the families in Romeo and Juliet, which makes sense because it's based off of Romeo and Juliet. I don't even know why I felt the need to mention that.
Yeah. So anyone who depicts windy no-nos with antlers, that's racist.
Rip Supernatural.
So Native Americans, yeah. So antlers have been a symbol by white culture to depict nature and spirituality. And that depiction has been stamped onto Native Americans themselves and their stories of the windy no-nos.
Yeah, didn't we just have a conversation about this? About Native Americans and nature and spirituality.
Yeah.
And how it is largely the fault of hippie culture.
Yeah. Let's see. So antlers are simply a sign of otherness, and that's kind of how they have continued being depicted.
Interesting.
Like, it's just a way of furthering the otherness of indigenous people and separating them from white culture.
Yeah.
And, like, kicking them out.
Uncool.
Yeah, agreed. The other story or comparison of not deer is to S-walkers, which are animal shapeshifters. However, one, not the right part of the United States.
Yeah.
The S-walkers are from Navajo tribes, which are kind of the quad state area.
The Midwest.
Which kind of cover the quad state area. Yeah, it's the map on Wikipedia specifically had like a circle around the corners.
Okay.
Where Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, and Colorado meet.
Yeah. They're not from around here.
Yeah,
and they're not
from
anywhere. They're not really even that similar to the concept of a not deer. So,
how the not deer came to be known as the creature it is now, they are kind of a new age cryptid, while not originating on the internet, has certainly been molded by it, and changed by its perception. So it all started on that Tumblr post that I read earlier by Willow the Witch.
Interesting.
Also named, I believe their name is Madeline. I have it written down.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Welcome on the show anytime.
Yeah. Okay, Madison. Madison, also known as Willow the Witch on Tumblr.
Again, welcome on the show anytime.
the pronouns in their bio are their bio simply says pronoun connoisseur.
Says what?
So I'm sticking with pronoun connoisseur.
Iconic.
Yeah, love it.
I'm something of a pronoun connoisseur
For clarity's
myself.
sake, for clarity and understanding, I'll stick with they, them for this episode, but just let it be known, it seems like they use any pronouns.
I will not be using a single pronoun to reference Madison.
Steal their pronouns.
Yeah. No more pronouns.
Okay. So, Madison posted the story of the not deer back in 2019, and since then, it took on a life of its own. They view the not deer kind of as their bastard son. They told the story, and it blew up on Tumblr and spread over the internet, losing all of its original context very quickly. And has become...
Referring to an urban legend that you start as your bastard son is such Tumblr behavior.
Yeah. Like, they were asked, someone sent them an ask of, what's your favorite cryptid? And they listed a few, and it's but the not deer is my son, so he has to be one of my favorites.
I love that.
Yeah. While Madison did not invent the not deer, they did give it its name, and is who brought it to the internet and kind of gave people with similar experiences a name for what they have experienced. So, there are people who wrote in to, reply to the Tumblr post or made their own stories about, tales from when they were young, describing not deer experiences, but didn't have a name for it or a way to find community with other people who have similar experiences.
Okay, so is it possible that that older description of the not deer that we've never really seen replicated, is it possible that that was never a not deer and rather has been mistakenly retroactively attributed to be a not deer? And the reason we haven't seen those features replicated in later stories is because they're actually features of a different thing?
It is possible. I was not able to find the original writing about it, as it was written down in a 14 Times magazine in the early 1970s.
Okay.
And that issue number 8 has not been archived online.
Okay.
So Tumblr user Willow the Witch did not invent the not deer, but did give it its name, and kind of has become the creative, not really, they have simultaneously disavowed the larger internet's perspective of it while also holding it close. One thing they do want to make perfectly clear is that they actively disavow people disrespecting Native American culture by conflating the not deer with them. Madison has stated it is not and is in no way related to indigenous stories, especially the Wendy No-Nos and S Walkers. They actively disavow people disrespecting Native American culture by conflating the not deer with them. The two have nothing to do with each other.
Hell yeah. Icon.
Cut that shit out. It is disrespectful. Quote from
Nice.
Madison, Willow the Witch, Tumblr.
Wonderful.
Their full name, their full legal name.
Yeah.
While they did not make the story up, they put into word whispers, and rumors from their town in an expressive, stylized manner.
Cool.
Yeah. So it is not an original story, like an original creature.
Mm-hmm.
However, it is kind of the solidification. They made the not deer a concrete creature instead of just the creature of whispers.
Yeah.
And rumor in all across the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in 2025, the internet is very torn on how to interpret the not deer. So it seems like no one on the internet can really peacefully talk about the not deer. It's often just bombarded with people talking about chronic wasting disease and people not and just mansplaining how deer work. However, there are still stories of people who have experienced both or have lived in Appalachia for a long time and know how deer work and know what chronic wasting disease looks like. And they still have their own stories about the not deer. It is a long-standing tale that many people have experienced and have simply recently learned how to put into words and find community to tell their stories and to share their experience with people. And I think that is an amazing part of what the internet is for finding and sharing experiences and stories, no matter what level of fictional and dramatized.
I agree.
The story of the not deer was, yeah. Do you have any thoughts now? How have your thoughts changed since learning about the not deer and its history?
I feel that everyone on the internet wants to be the next ghost adventurer or whatever that show is called.
Mm-hmm.
They all want to prove that the supernatural doesn't really happen. Or they want to believe every single supernatural thing ever.
Yeah. You're either a Shane Madej or a Ryan Bergara.
Yeah.
And you must fight the people in the different camps. You cannot let people live in peace.
Yeah.
And story.
Like, people are too obsessed with stories being true.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a thing that we see it primarily with stories of the supernatural and horror. Like, it can just be a story. Doesn't really matter if it's true or not. It can still have the same impact. And I think that that's something that we have lost an understanding for in the day and age where so much of our lives is exposed and everyone is trying to seem as real as possible.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite things about folklore and urban legends, is that it allows people to share their fantastical, kind of unfiltered experiences with the world around them. Willow the Witch had a great quote on one of their Tumblr posts that went, "Folklore is a conversation between the spiritual, the scientific, and the unexplainable," which I feel like very much applies to all folklore, and especially the not deer, which they were talking about.
Yeah.
Like, it is the spiritual experience of seeing a deer, which, like, normal deer, amazing, beautiful creatures. The scientific aspect of deer are funky little guys and can also be very sick.
Yeah.
And the unexplainable experience of just, like, what the fuck is happening? I need to leave.
Yeah.
And, like, those can all exist simultaneously. Like, one person's experience of a not deer does not disavow the existence of chronic wasting disease. It does not minimize the impact of it.
Yeah.
But, like, they can exist simultaneously.
Definitely.
Side by side in the same universe. Yeah. And you don't need to be right all the time, and you can let people live in peace on the internet. Fun fact. You can let people live in peace on the internet.
Yeah.
And not have to break down their doors every time someone says something you don't agree with. Like, unless they're being actively harmful, you can just move on with your life.
Yeah, fun fact, you don't have to be negative on the internet. Like, you don't have to constantly be bringing everyone down.
Yeah, you can be happy and share your happiness online.
Yeah.
And boost people up. That I challenge you today, dear listener, to leave a positive comment on someone's YouTube page or TikTok page. Be nice on the internet, for once.
Yeah.
My challenge for you, be nice on the internet today.
Yeah. Or just be nice in general.
Make someone smile. Yeah. Be nice today.
Be nice challenge.
Be nice for one lifetime challenge.
We got Tide
How long will it
Pods.
last?
We got Charlie. We got Be Nice.
The cinnamon challenge.
Fucking cinnamon challenge. I want to eat a Tide Pod.
God. Don't eat a Tide Pod.
I didn't say I would. I just said that I wanted to. And I can say this because we've already told our listeners to not trust a single thing we say.
True. Make a Jell-O mold out of a Tide Pod, and then eat the Jell-O Tide Pod instead of the real Tide Pod.
Okay, that actually sounds kind of cool. There was like,
I feel like it would have a similar texture.
There's like this Halloween candy.
Somehow figure out how to make gushers.
There's this Halloween candy that I remember getting. I think it was Halloween at least. That had a very similar texture and flavor to what I imagine the white part of a Tide Pod to have.
Interesting.
And so I want to consume a Tide Pod. Maybe, if we get enough listeners, I'll have enough money that I can afford to go to the hospital and I can consume a Tide Pod to find out what would happen.
Gets health insurance and immediately eats a Tide Pod.
Literally, immediately, completely raises my,
deductible?
My
no.
thing. Rates.
Mentally...
Immediately raises my insurance rates by consuming a Tide Pod.
Premium.
I've never had insurance. I don't know how it works.
I had to Google that, and I do have insurance.
Iconic. We truly are Max and Carolyn from Two Broke Girls.
I've literally taken collegiate classes on healthcare and healthcare systems that cover insurance terms. I've also seen the Brian David Gilbert video about insurance terms.
Fancy pants, Mr. Rich over here.
Fancy pants, Rich McGee over here. Fuck you. I still can't spell chauffeur. I can't spell restaurant.
CHAUFFEUR.
I can't corroborate. I can't spell. I'm illiterate.
Third place. District spelling bee. What district? Not gonna say. Not gonna dox myself today. Maybe tomorrow.
I don't think I even made it to the third round of classroom spelling bee competition.
Damn, they give you like 4-letter words. They ask you to spell duck. And like cheese.
F-U-C-K.
I said duck.
I know.
They would never give you that word in school.
Yeah, it was 5th grade Catholic school. They would not let me say fuck.
They might ask you to spell Nazi.
I did not.
That's like a normal middle school spelling bee word for some reason.
N-A-T-Z-I.
N-A-T-Z.
N-O-T-Z-I-E. Yeah. No, that's how TikTok spells Nazi.
No, they TikTok calls them Yahtzees.
Fuck TikTok.
Fuck TikTok.
Fuck TikTok.
Fuck avoidant language.
Can we make a TikTok for clips? Can we make a TikTok for, like, clips promoting the show, and today's clip is just fuck TikTok?
Can we make a TikTok that is, like, we link to it on all of our websites, and then when you click on it, like, when you click the link to it, it redirects you to our YouTube page?
It's actually our YouTube Shorts page.
It redirects you to Instagram Reels.
Yeah. I need to stay off YouTube Shorts. It's ruining my brain.
I'm making an Instagram right now, specifically so that I can promote our podcast.
We have a podcast for our Instagram.
Yeah, but if I have a personal account that promotes our Instagram as well, that's double promotion.
That is true.
Hold on, what's a fun random topic that we talked about today? Joanne's closing.
Yeah, furries.
Wait, no, I can't even mention that because this is not the first episode to come out. Okay. Where were we on the actual show?
I was about to read off my conclusion.
Okay.
So after all we've learned about the not deer, after all we've learned today about the not deer, it is a story that was created to capture the imagination, to inspire creativity and wonder. The story is not meant to be taken 100% as fact, but a fun story to engage with and share around the campfires or while driving through the woods. Since the tale of the not deer took over the internet in 2020, it seems like everyone has had their own perspective on the creature. For some, it is a spooky story to tell around the campfire. For others, it is an explanation and a name and a community for something that they experienced long ago and didn't know how to share. While most experiences can be explained by chronic wasting disease or other similar very serious illnesses, people have long shared tales of deer that just kind of feel off. However, all perspectives, unless you think it is linked to indigenous folklore, are valid. No matter what, respect wildlife, respect Indigenous and Appalachian culture, and just stay away from animals that give you the heebie-jeebie, because they do, for a reason.
Well said.
Thank you. And that has been Persistent Horrors. I hope you learned something new and are nice to someone on the internet.